Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 637. Today we'll be doing battle with Dooley in the Bazaar. And so our second Dooley video, let's jump in, see if we can't get a good game. I've been getting the desync thing happening to where you'll get kind of like disconnected and then it'll join you back into a different game. And so hopefully we're able to maintain the draft that we're doing here and don't get zipped back into a different one that I had going on yesterday. And so maybe we'll hit you with a little surprise, you know. all depends. All depends. Just get this get a nice battle happening in the middle of nowhere. But all right, what do we got here? We got the crit one, the haste one for friends, and then the damage one. I forget what we did in the last video. I think we did haste for friends. So I'll come in and take the crit one here. We can do 2 crit videos in a row, right? We hit Vanessa in the last video, and then now we can pick it up with Dooley in this one. And I'm kind of fine with this one. The kind of things to note with the critical core is it is a weapon. So the weapon abilities do affect the core along the way. You do see awkwardness with things like the companion core to where you get, say, like give your core plus 30 damage, but the companion core doesn't actually deal any damage. So we do get those kind of bonus things out of the critical core. For me, I just kind of set this way out to the right and ignore the... well, I should say in the early game, I tend to ignore the crit thing. This and the items to the right of this get crit, and then as you go later on into the game, depending on what pops up, we'll shift this over to the left. Hang on, I said that one completely backwards. I'm thinking of the other core. This is the one, I just set it over to the left, and then when you hit a crit, this gets the bonus on the timing. And so we'll see if that comes about, see if it comes into play, see if we get an awesome start here. And so... what do we got? Burn thing is kind of whatever. We don't have a burn core. Leftmost damage deals 24 is pretty strong here in the early. And then when you level up, give the core plus 30 damage. That just seems so much stronger than the left-handed. You know, we're not going to level up at the first round, probably. You know, it depends on how the ducks fall, if you will. But after the first round, this thing is just going to be so much better. I could actually just dive after the experience here if we want. You go to the Lost Crate, get the 2 gold, 1 experience. I don't hate it. There's a small item shop that I do like to start with as far as Dooley goes in the early game, but let's see. Let's go this path, see if we can't get a quick level up, and then just have that good core right at the start. So now with these, I think... we can beat all of these with the critical core since we actually deal damage. The poison scaling on the Viper might be a little scary, so I'm going to fight the Kyber drone. I don't have the spreadsheet thing pulled up to know if we're making a real mistake, but I think we can beat this one. I remember that's a powerful item at the start as well, the Lang Zian. Perfectly said, Bob Bus. Just getting this kind of scaling item in the early game is pretty powerful. Let's see, things are going okay-ish. I can't remember how this falls, if we're going to have enough damage on the opponent before the sandstorm hits. That lifesteal coming out of the stinger is kind of scary. I think it's going to come down to if we hit him before we got a tie. Okay, I was going to say, if we hit him before the Lang Zian hits, I think we'll be okay, but we made it at the end of the day. All right, good stuff. So we picked that up. This is reasonable to take into the first round. We don't need to upgrade too much here. I am probably going to look to just stack a bunch of small weapons out to the right of this, and so I do kind of like... avoiding Kina and seeing if we can't pick up a weapon skill out of Nufu, or maybe if we get another crit skill out of this as well, it'll be fine. I mean, we have the full board at this point, so there's not a ton to ask for before we hit the first opponent here. So what do we got? Poison thing. When you poison freeze, these are all garbage. When you slow freeze, it's fine, and then your large weapons deal plus 12. I think I would rather just take the slow freeze here. There's no real guarantee that we'll pick up a large weapon, but like just accidentally having a slow and then getting a freeze is pretty strong here in the early game. Did we hit an upgrade? We didn't. Skills, items, and slows. And so I was really hoping to get the level up, right? So we get the strong core, and then we can get the extra items on board as well. But didn't land how we wanted. I'm leaning towards just picking up more skills. See if we can't get a little bit of direction before we start picking up those items. So crit chance is fine. The slow to freeze thing we already have. 5% crit isn't that spectacular. I would rather give everything 3% as opposed to one thing 5. And so we'll take the keen eye here. See if we can't take down this other Dooley. Whew. I believe in us. I think we can do it. We got this Langzian, you know. It's been a while. It's like as you play a game like the Bazaar, there's not like too much opportunity to say the stuff just absurdly wrong, right? There's no real like point of reference in how to say a lot of these names. Like I get that Langzian is probably like a real life weapon of some sort, and there's a proper way to say it. But when we were playing Legends of Runeterra, people would get super upset at the way that I said the words. And it's like I don't sit around and like go to like LCS videos to watch and see the proper way to say Demacia or any of the various champion names, and so people get fucking mad when you say the champion name wrong, but it's what you get. You're getting it good here with Bust. But what do we got? Upgrade the core, income, or shield. It's tough to pass on these upgrade the cores. It's one of these things as to where I would rather get to the late game, have a diamond core, and then pass on an upgrade as opposed to being to the late game and then just having this really shitty level 1 core sitting around. So we'll take the upgrade. I really like +2 income early, but this is too much to pass up at this point. We just got pretty strong as long as we're not losing any of the PvE rounds. So what do we got? I'm leaning towards small weapon up here, right? We've got medium and large. We've got abandoned ruins or small weapon. I'd like to just fill out our board with as much weapons as we can. Try and really get this critical core churning through the damage as we get more opportunities to activate crits. So Chris Army Knife is whatever. We could definitely do worse there. Items, the strange mushroom, I think we can get experience out of. I'm leaning towards just taking that, banking up a few of these dollars. Yeah, there's the 1 experience at the end, or gain a skill. We'll take the experience. I'd like to try and get ahead of our opponents here. Now with this, we would be in just like a pure DPS race against the Warrior. I think we could take it. Here, let's get these pulled up actually. And so the Warrior does have a bunch of on-point items, right? Weapons deal +6 is fine. A variety of just small weapons across the board, but I am a little bit worried that we're going to lose to this. Like we have like just this scaling opportunity with the Langzian and getting a lot of bonuses out of this in terms of early game power, and so I'd really like to get into a fight and not lose, especially like we've already purchased 2 experience points, and so getting that extra bonus isn't that big of a deal here. And so let me see these other ones. The Covetous Thief, I think, might have something useful. Sorry if you all don't like this point of the game, but it's too tough for me to remember all these things at this point. So Cloak, Grindstone, this is all a fair amount of stuff that fits in our theme. And so let's just battle this guy. The Coconut Crab, I think, is aquatic items. That would make sense, right? Yeah, I don't want that big aquatic thing, and so Covetous Thief it is.
Your go. We want it.
Is the tooltip still broke on the cloak? I saw the picture on the website we were on. I think it like hastes the item to the right or something along those lines. But should be a pretty easy victory here. Looks like we're getting the big chunks of damage in. Just got to start getting those big crits. There's a handful of them in there. Boom. Victory. Alright, what you got? This shitty thing? When you sell it, get the spare change? Whatever. This game's stupid. Be sure to say that anytime the RNG doesn't go your way. Yeah, this game's stupid. But alright, you got plenty of money. We can go to the person selling weapons. hopefully get some good upgrades in here. Uzi is kind of fine. It doesn't deal a ton of damage or anything, and we haven't found a bunch of just like pure upgrades to these, but it is fantastic at activating the critical core, and so I'm kind of interested in it. Laser pistol is very mid, but it does fill out our board pretty easy, and then not really interested in Armadillo. We aren't doing any friend things. We're looking to just be kind of super aggro DPS-y kind of stuff, and that's just not what he does. And so let's take these two. I'll take a roll. We have plenty of money here. We'll see if anything interesting turns up. The upgrade to Chris Army Knife is fine. Force Field, kind of in the same way as the Armadillo. It's a reasonable enough weapon, but I don't think we're going to have any really good uses for it. And then the Power Drill is kind of okay. This is a very DPS heavy weapon. When this gains haste, you cut the cooldown down, but I don't really want... I think you kind of have to go towards tools with that. I've never found a really strong use case for the Power Drill, and so I'm not seeing it here either. But that's fine. We are getting a little bit short on the money at this point, so I'm going to skip the small items. I think I'm okay to just come in and take the cheap upgrade, the one experience point. We would level up anyways on this next round, but the levels are pretty good here in the early game, right? Just getting this extra 30 attack on the critical core, and so I'm happy to kind of keep that up and moving. Get a tool. No, let's just keep the upgrades coming in. Another 2 experience. Okay, so we got that extra bag space now. Only fit the Uzi. That's okay. I didn't check the thing, but I bet our opponent isn't leveled up. We've gone pretty heavy into the experience at this point. This is gonna be tough. Get the big booms coming in off of that multicast item on the right. No, it's Concealed Dagger. I thought it was the one that gives a weapon +2 attack when it activates. Was not, but look at that. Look at that massive crit just coming in. LOL. Nice. So the core did the work. We get the upgrade on the Lang Zian, and so feeling pretty good there. Let's take the skills out of this. Large items don't want. Small non-weapon items isn't anything special. I'd love to get something that just upgrades all of our weapons. Right weapon gets 4 damage is fine. We already have the slow thing. Okay. It is at least a pretty strong upgrade for the Uzi in these early rounds since it attacks so fast. Now what do we got? Silver items, gumballs, or something weapon. We can afford silver items here. Anything good? Very strong for the friends. Like finding first aid in this early is quite strong, but nothing as far as this build we're trying to do here goes. I think I'll take a roll. There's so much power that can come out of these. If we just spike something good early, we're going to be off to the races. What's the dinosaur do? Oh, sorry, the Dianasaur. Get Diana and, oh, what's her friend? Leona. It's been a while. Man, I miss attacking with Leonas. But if your enemy has 6 items, destroy a small item, sure, whatever. When you destroy an item in combat, this and Mama Sar, which I assume is some other kind of item, permanently gain 10. Alright, well, it's not anything special, but I do want to fill out the board here. What the fuck? Oh, I was like, I sold the thing, and I was like, where's our spare changes at? And then, uh-oh, is it going to do it? Is it going to ship me into the game I was playing yesterday? I'm worried about it because it says I have 11 chests now. I thought it was odd at the beginning of the video that we had, like, 0 chests. I knew that I had kind of a stack of them. And now I'm pretty confident that we're going to get loaded into the other game. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, perfect. And so, yeah, the Dianasaur. Yeah, we can. Give me these spare changes. All right, there we go. So what do we got? Burn stuff, Rogue Scrapper. I don't think of stuff we want. What's Scout Trooper? Might be a beatable 3 experience opponent. What do we got? Scout Trooper, here he is. He's an ammo-based opponent. He does have an Uzi, which would be an upgrade. It's tough for us to get ammo-based stuff, though. This would just be like a pure DPS race. Is that Vanessa's? Talisman, Eagle Talisman. When you sell this, your leftmost item gains crit. Oh, the Vanessa Talisman would have been kind of interesting. I'm a little bit worried about that. It's like, again, we get so much upgrade if we actually win the round that I would prefer to come out and just win. Yeah, Rogue Scrapper doesn't do anything that we want. I don't think the Scout Trooper items were strong enough for me to really care. So I'm going to come out and just fight the Tempest Flame Dancer. So let's see, the laser pistol is just incredibly worse than the Chris Army Knife. Both attack at 5 seconds, but Chris gives the shields, and so definitely skip on that. And yeah, get this upgrade on the Langzian. Good stuff. Do these scimitars deal double crit damage? Yeah, I thought they did. It could be an interesting item. Again, kind of in the same pain point as the Uzi, and we don't have the real upgrades for it at this point, but if we find a way to kind of damage stack these crit items with the crit core, we might be able to do something useful with that. Like, it seems like a much better just late game item than something like the dinosaur. So what do we got? Tool, max health, or scavenger hunt for loot items. We have a friend in the dinosaur, but I'm not super interested in that. Let's just pick up the bonus health. All right, small items. Kind of interested in the Artisan Dunes. Like, if we want to just say, okay, I'm going to keep the Langzian forever, it's kind of interesting. The downside, it's pretty tough to upgrade this weapon, right? It's what's her name, a Vanessa weapon, and I'm not certain how the game works in the sense that, like, when we go to a shop that sells medium items, you just see medium Dooley items. I'm not certain if, like, since we have this Langzian, if it gets added into the Dooley pool. I'm pretty certain it doesn't at this point, but not being able to upgrade this thing is a bit of a bummer. But still, like, if we just go on a win streak, 50 damage a day is pretty big upgrades for this thing. So that where this, like, tangent is going is, like, I'm kind of interested in putting like the Artisan Dunes on this, but we could also just put it on the critical core. Let's go to the Dunes. Oh shit, I thought this was, this isn't what I thought it was. I thought it was a weapon enchantment. Shit, so that kind of sucks. Just 5 damage onto the thing is, it's not that great. I mean, I guess we don't have enough money anyways to have really purchased anything. All right, I'll take the Mountain Pass. 2 gold, 1 experience is what we're looking for here. Ooh, no, hang on. I forget about the income thing. It's so good. All right, so we didn't fill out that 1 hex. That's okay, though. Still feels like we're pretty strong here. See what the dinosaur comes in and eats. Big crit heavy Diana, or Vanessa. Got Diana on the brain out here hitting the nightfalls and stuff. Oh, I saw that Langzian come in. I was like, oh, if it hits that crit, we're so good. Shit. We didn't hit the crit. I didn't realize this thing attacked so slow. I'm not as excited about it as I was earlier. Bummer. So what do we got? Docks, items, or gold? We'll just hit up the docks, get some money here. We can get a weapon out of this while we're at it. Cannon. Meh. Not that exciting. Another non-exciting set of stuff. Nothing like in my mind is saying go and grab these medium items. I'm not certain what medium items would actually turn up that we want. It seems like the medium ones all tend to suck. But we gotta come out and find the mommy SAR, right? And so maybe there is a reason to come in and grab these. This shit just attacks so slow.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find
What do we got? Just trash. When you upgrade an item, this gets 1 value. When you sell this, give the core crit chance equal to this item's value. And then your items get crit equal to its value. I mean, I guess we could make something work with this. Just sounds like garbage.
I like the exercise.
Still don't want the armadillo or the ice. What a a bummer of a round. All right, Hydro dude. What's this guy do? I'm the Hydro dude, bro. aquatic stuff. That makes sense. Retiree, I think, is properties or economy. That's what the old boomers all do. That would make sense. Oh, he goes to the golf course. Yeah, so we'll just fight the boiler room brawler. Let's do get the cannon in here though. Like if we are able to come in and just get like a big crit stack on this stuff, we can try and OTK the opponent like we did that last Vanessa. And so it's not where I was really looking to go with Dooley, but the opportunity's here. Just having this like big cannon crits early could be pretty powerful. Seems like we're just attacking way too slow.
Tougher than you look.
Alright, what you got? The toolbox. The toolbox hangs out with the Hydro dude, am I right? So with the shield, and then your other tools have their cooldown reduced. Alright. I'm still not convinced that any of these tool builds are good. I need to be shown a good one. Double income is fairly decent. Weapons is what I think we're looking for.
Any good fights lately?
Need to find a little bit more direction in this stuff we're doing. Alright, well I guess these upgrades aren't meaningless. I mean, it's pretty cheap to upgrade both the laser pistol and the Uzi. And then I think we can consider taking a roll here. If we're going to sell the toolbox, we'll keep the schematics. Laser pistols here. Yeah, I think we have enough money for a roll. What's this? We're not doing friend stuff. We don't have shields, so we'll skip that. The power drill is back. Burn yourself for a bit. When this gains haste, reduce its cooldown. Like, we just don't have the cooldown to really like power this up. Like, we could take the power drill and just sit on it for a while, but that doesn't strike me as very interesting. Okay, we'll skip past it. So medium and large abandoned chest or item. We'll take the chest. Give me that experience, please. And then off to the opponent. So we need to do this real quick, right? We need to get the Uzi into the better spot. The laser thing does more damage than Little Chris now. That's fine. Can sell the burn thing. Good to go. Little Chris, that's MCP pants, right? If you if you remember the days of Yo Gimme Some Candy by MCP Pants, I'm pretty sure that was MC Chris. I'm not certain where these memories even hit. The state of mind that you were in college watching the Aqua Teen Hunger Force was never a picture of sobriety, but I guess some things just stick, you know. Some things you just get stuck remembering. Yo, give me some candy. Oh. Alright, easy takedown on Vanessa. So what do we got here? Mediums, a chest, and a friend. We're starting to get a decent stack of money here. But I don't want to overdo it with these medium items. Like, I'm fine to sell this Langziane. Like, I thought that this was going to go much better. I thought it cooled down at like 5 seconds. Having a 10-second cooldown, kind of shitty. So we're looking to get rid of it. Just I want this bigger stack of small items. Alright, let's take the chest. The experience is still rolling in. Tools, docks, or health. We can go to the docks and pick up a weapon. We have had like getting disconnected again. We have had a lot of opportunities to pick up tools, but I haven't really chased after them. I don't know if that's a mistake or not. So what is this? Your friends get bonuses, get a friend, or upgrade your leftmost shield item. That's a bummer. Are we really stuck upgrading the Chris army knife? I mean, it's a small weapon, I guess. I'm not amped about it, but it's there. Now with this, Mod Squad I think does burn stuff. Some of these are coming to me. There's just so many of these events. Like, I guess that I don't hate it, but he does friend burn stuff. That was from the previous Dooley practice run I was doing. Harkuvian Trooper. He's holding a big ass gun, right? That's gotta be what we're looking for. He's got a big old, what's heavy, this big rocket gun do? 8-second cooldown, 150 damage with a big crit. When it gains haste, get more crit. Oh, there's also cool things down here like rocket boots is kind of interesting, right? Give your adjacent items haste, and then when you sell it, give your leftmost haste item +2 haste. Like, this guy seems okay. I'm pretty certain we'll win this round. Sabretooth, I guess, sounds like it has weapony items. Maybe he has friends, you know. Everyone is friends with the cats. Fangs across the board. Okay, yeah. We'll fight this trooper thing. I guess we'll keep the laser pistol at home. I'm having a hard time convincing myself that anything about this run is going well, but I'm not certain where else we would have gone about it. But maybe if like the charge skills start turning up here in the mid game and stuff, and we get some haste items and flesh out these small items or something, it'll start to look a little bit better. Just haven't really been able to find any of the scaling that, like, you either want to find the scaling or find a bunch of just like real fast attack stuff, and we don't have any of that. This round sucks. We'll just find the friends. Not expecting any of these to be good. Yeah, the armadillo. This is like, this is just telling us you should have gone for the armadillo, bro. This has been like the 4th or the 5th one that we've passed. We'd be out here with diamond armadillos at this point. Bummer. But sells weapons as well we go. Even if we get the 2 bonus out of Deborah, the 2 experience bonus, we won't level up before the next battle, and so see if we can't get a weapon. Armadillo. That's what it always is, huh? That's what it always is. And so I'm kind of interested in something like Ballista. It's a scaling weapon, but again, like, we don't have the haste to go along with it. We would need her with the companion core. So let's just take a roll. Maybe we'll find something that feels on theme with what we're doing. The laser pistol upgrade is fine. I don't know what this big laser cannon is, but it has to be exactly what we want, right? Let's check this out. Deal 50 when you burn. This gains 25 damage for the fight. 8-second cooldown. Huh. Like, I'm trying to envision if we can make something out of this in the future. Like, if we get a minor burn theme, right? We've already got the cannon out here. It kind of does whatever. It fits the theme a little bit. If we can just get like 2 or 3 burn items and then have this be our scaling damage thing, I wouldn't hate it, but it's like, it's such a slow cooldown. Like, it really just has to be the thing that kills the opponent at the 8-second mark, because we're not getting to the 16-second mark, and so it just seems worse than the Dianosaur. Okay. Oh, it's nothing about this feels like we're doing it right or well. We can cut the Uzi, I guess. Are there any of these weapons that we're just going to, like, never sell? I don't really want to put the 10 crit. Oh, it's when you crit with any item. So we can stack up the critical core. Okay, that's fine. Your items have plus crit equal to this, so only 6. It's nothing right now. Okay, I think this is it. I don't know. This build feels like we're going to be lucky to hit 1 treasure chest.
Go ahead.
Nothing about it has gone right, and I can't tell if it's just because we've drafted so poorly, or we drafted without direction, or what the deal is. But we are in no way powerful. Might still be strong enough to win this round, though. Got the Mamasaur out here eating up all of the small fishes. He says, "I'm here for the little fish snack, you know. Give me a little flavor." Nah, didn't get there. And look at that. That's such a bummer. Seeing the dinosaur cooldown just like right at the edge. Like, even if we're gonna lose, picking up that little bit of damage would have been nice. Alright, sad noises. This has multicast if you have more health than the enemy. Maybe. What do we got? Large items, chocolate bars, or burn. Of course, the burn thing turns up once once we give up on our unit. All right, anything we can do here? The pylon slow stuff doesn't super work. We don't have the friends for bulldozer. Maybe, I mean, we probably should have just been in this force field kind of build with the shields coming in to deal damage. That's what I did the last time with the critical core, but I hit an early submarine, right? And I was able to do awesome stuff with like the submarine and the force field and stacking up there, but I don't like having the weaker items out here. All right, what do we got with this? This is like a real opportunity item with the combat core. You can legitimately just OTK your opponent with these things. When you use an item to the left of this, gain damage. Use an item to the right, gain shield. We can just put this out here to the right and have it try and scale up a bunch of damage. And then what I would want to do with this is just cut all of these larger items out. So we'll have the medium item, the combat core, and then a bunch of smalls. So the Langzian, the Dinosaur, and the cannon would go. And then we want to use these small, low cooldown items to try and stack up the combat core. Like, I think that that's at least decent direction. It's something to do. I like how that all kind of ties together with what the core does. It's just like these small weapons from Dooley are pretty shitty, right? And so it's like, as we're looking to have that be our build, we're looking to add in like Uzi. Like, does the multicast work with this? When you use an item, so using, say, the bow twice should stack up the combat core twice. It's a thing. All right, I'm gonna take this route. We're not in a bunker build either. I think bunker is pretty good. When you take damage, shield equal to 30% of the damage. It's a big damage prevention thing, but I'm gonna skip over that. And so now, if we're gonna go big, we need to do this. Let's do this. Let's sell the schematics. Sell this stupid armadillo we're not going to use. Langzian, dragon, cannon. Those are all gone. I hope we didn't oversell, because I want to get the combat core in here to be our upgrade your leftmost weapon. I think that's okay. Like, you know, that was our only way to come in and say upgrade like a Vanessa item. Like, that would have been our only way to upgrade Jabalian bow. But I think that that's okay, in the sense that like, this is just our, this is it. This is our big build around thing, and so we need to get the power now. So then something like this. It is kind of nice that the say, like, the laser pistol, even, or the Uzi, even though it is kind of shitty here, it does activate the combat core fast, and it does give us those crits on the critical core. And so we've at least got some direction, right? We've got some synergies with, like, these fast attacking small item kind of things working with both critical core and combat core. And so hopefully that's something. Large core. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that you can just upgrade, when it says upgrade a core, does that work on this thing as well? Like, I typically just assume upgrade your core hits on the crit core, but I didn't realize there were other items that also counted as a core. Interesting. All right, though. Can we beat Loan Shark to get the big upgrades here? Where you at, Loan Shark? What do you do? He's got punchy shit. He's a gold-based item. I think that's a winnable when he does scale with these double shark claws. But I think we should attack fast enough. Otherwise, Foreman probably sells tools. Yeah. I'm not really interested in Forklift or the Crane. Power Sander, don't really want. MC Chris out here, I don't think we need. And then the Zookeeper is like Small Aquatics or something. And so, yeah, Loan Shark. Let's see. Let's put it to the test, you know? see how this can be. I feel like we're going to win the round. We do. It is interesting. I was thinking of the multicast weapon. It's if you have more health than your enemy. I was thinking in my head, like, at the start of the round, right? So if our opponent starts with, like, 2k health when we have 3k, then we have more, so it gets the bonus. It's during the battle. And so if we can like come in and strike our opponent down early, this should be picking up that multicast fairly easily. And so I'm a little bit more interested in that item than I was before. All right, let's pick up the small and mediums. I guess there is a world to where we look to move into the rays. Right? If we think, okay, maybe we'll just like sell off the Chris Army knife, the Uzi, and the laser pistol, because these are not late game items, right? We're not going to get super far with these things. But if we pivot over to the rays at the end, that could definitely be a thing. So let's pick up the Omega Ray. I don't think we're ever going to use like Tesla Coil. It does like combo. I guess it does seem decent with like Uzi Combat Core. So if it's adjacent to the Uzi, every time we shoot the Uzi, it's going to deal a bit of damage. Like, we just don't have any weapon scaling on this stuff, though. Like, the combat core is the only real weapon scaling. Just popping our opponent for 10 damage over and over and over again doesn't sound like a real path to victory. And so I'm going to pick up the Omega Ray. I think that's a decent angle to keep in mind. This other stuff, burn stuff, charge thing, or Dooley's scarf. Okay, we can skip those. I want to start digging up skills, though. We got to get some kind of weapon scaling in here. We need more crit skills and damage skills. We're pretty behind in that, I think. So 3% crit, your rightmost weapon gets 4 damage. Not really interested in it. He scales on his own. See, when you buy or upgrade this, upgrade the core. But then it lists both of our cores as the things that you can see. I wonder if we can, like, what if we do this? If we just put the critical core in our bag, will this now upgrade? Oh, it did upgrade the combat core. Interesting. Did it upgrade both of them? We're on gold critical core now. I don't remember. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in what happened there, but huh. Okay. Okay, well, I'm feeling a little better now. I feel like we've at least got a touch of direction. Maybe finding these Omega weapons. It's something. Got that big monster crit. Look at those giant-ass crits popping in at the end. We hit with multiple things there. Feels good. Always feels good just to blast your opponent from 75% health. All right, so yeah, non-weapon items. I mean, that's a place to come in and find some of those death ray kind of things. Sell this, upgrade your core. Definitely want to pick that up. Power sander could be useful. It's a little like weak at the moment, but it's faster than laser pistol. It's faster than the Chris Army knife, or we can just set it next to, say, like Chris Army knife and the combat core. The downside with power sander is it doesn't crit, right? We get the crit bonuses off the critical core. This doesn't do anything with that, and so it's really just kind of like activating onto the combat core and the Chris Army knife, giving them both the bonus shields. And so I think I can live without that. I'd rather try and find some of the death ray items. So Wallace used the core again. Like I wish I knew, because like as we come in and sell this thing, right? It just says upgrade the core. We have 2 cores, but I diamonded out the other core, and so it's only going to hit the one, right? Because it's the only one that can upgrade. But I'm now interested in the sense of, does the remote core activate both of these? I think I'm going to find out. Let's say that. I'm going to buy this thing. I have, little faith in its usefulness, but I think that's where we want to be. We have a tool. We can put the bonus. Your core gains 3 shield for each non-weapon. No, it doesn't have shields to begin with. Your shield items gain 4 shield, kind of meh. Yeah, okay, let's just stack the damage.
Ah, a friend.
Alright, sells items. kind of interested in Cog. Like, again, I want to get rid of some of these shittier weapons out here. Let's pick that up. I'm going to stop rolling, though. We're getting a little aggressive, and getting the extra small item lets us get the remote control in as well. So, like, this is the idea now, right, huh? we're gonna haste the remote control, and then the remote control is going to activate both the combat core and the critical core. Again, I don't know how this works. I understand the English language when it says use the core, and then nothing says the core. You assume the critical core is the core, but we have two now, and so you know, well, let's fucking find out, I guess. So now with these guys, I don't want to fight any of the freeze opponents. That's just too scary. Joyful Jack. I don't think he gives items that we want. Everyone's favorite part of the video. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just go turn on Give Me Some Candy, and that'll that'll give you some moments to think about. A bunch of poison stuff, a little bit of charge. Okay, yeah, we'll just fight the Viper. Let's watch though. We're watching the core thing here. To see if both of our cores activate. Split your eyeballs. Here it goes. You fucking died before it activates. Oh, that's life, huh? That's life. Alright. This is what it is. Sells weapons, temporary boost, or get a tool. Let's take the temporary boost going into the PvP round. Take the health one if it turns up. Yeah. Then we got skills. Okay.
This world is full of noise.
Anything cool in here? When you level up, give the core 50 damage. That's not nearly as good, right? We're a little bit later into the game. I guess we still have a lot of wins to try and take down, so we have a lot of opportunities to upgrade the core like this. But the level up from 0 to 30 is a lot better from the 30 to 50. But I think these other items aren't going to be good. We're not going to poison. We don't have medium burn. And then just picking up a incidental amount of crit isn't that special. And so, yeah, we'll take the like clockwork. See if this Vanessa's going to give us a chance to use the remote control.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
All right, we're watching. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, here it goes. All right, the remote control's hasted. It's getting there faster. I want to see it activate and then the opponent just die.
Defeat does not.
Well, it activated and the opponent took a 600 damage crit, but I think that was just the core on the left. And so yeah, I don't think it activates both. I wonder if it like coin flips to decide which one it's going to hit. I don't know. We'll take the visit the merchant though. I wish I knew what these other people did. Like Vanessa's kind of interesting in picking up just the early game fast items. I'm going to go check out Stell. She seems to be holding a tool. That should just be like spot on with what we need our stuff to do here today. And so, what could go wrong at this point, right? See some items we've never seen at least. When you use a tool, your weapons gain 2 damage for the fight. I don't think we're going to have enough to make that interesting. Adjacent items, this is like the sander, right? Adjacent items deal 5 and gain shield. Then what's the slow? And then when you slow, haste a vehicle. We don't have vehicles either. Let's take another roll to see what these items look like. Propane tank, haste your vehicles. Blowtorch for burn stuff, and then toolbox. Okay, well, knowledge is power or something, right? Let's get a tool. Has multicast 1 if adjacent to a friend, multicast 1 if adjacent to a tool. That could be powerful, right? If we're gonna look to get our scaling out of like multicast stuff, we can put the soldering gun next to Little Chris and see what turns up there.
The Bazaar's a crazy place, right?
All right, we can't upgrade our core anymore. Both of them are diamond at this point. 4 gold for the upgrade is exceptionally good, but... Alright, let's get this one. So what do we got here? Joyful Jack from the last round. Infernal Frigate does vehicles. Robo Bouncer. Can we beat that? Let's see. He's got this like multicast Gatling gun that I'm kind of interested in. I think we can just outrace this guy. Okay. Push the button. Yeah, multicast stuff. I kind of like the direction of maybe getting that. Watching our remote control go up. I think it activated and we killed him, and so that counts for something, right? Okay, that counts for something, huh? So what's this? Deal 30, your enemy shields lose 6 shields for the fight. That's not bad, especially it's on a pretty low cooldown at 4 seconds, right? Like we could probably put 2 small items in and take the longbow out. So interested there. Medium items I think we're moving away from. Let's check out the shield skills, see if there's at least something positive for the guy out here to the right. Not when you burn. Your items have shield to double your level. Kind of expensive. Your shield items get crit is perfect. The cooldown would not be terrible, but I think it's worth it just paying for the crit. And now we'll fight the monster. I don't know if this is a static battle, but I think we can get the takedown here. And so yeah, now we're looking at this, right? We're gonna take that bow out. We're gonna put the Sunderer in, and then one more thing. It's already being. Oh, he was at multicast 3 because he was in our bag. Do we have... We don't have any friends. We've got a tool, but we don't have friends. I mean, at what point are we just going to take Uzi out? Like, what if we do this? We get the triple multicast on the soldering gun. Lets us replace one big item, or it gets us an extra item on board. And then the haste on the soldering gun is pretty good as well. I think I'm okay with that. The downside was that like the burn kind of sucks, but we're only really dealing damage with the combat core and the critical core. So these other weapons aren't as important, I don't think. Okay, let's fight the monster.
Come to steal my potion.
It's that guy we keep skipping. Joyful Jack. Is that what his name was? Just got fucking blasted. Feels good. Feels good. Okay. Nice little level up. Friend cooldown, get a tool, or your core's cooldown is reduced. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Okay, so it's at 5 seconds on the main one, 4 on the combat. Now it's at 4.8 on the main one. Oh, it did hit both of them. Awesome. Okay, nothing in there to sell. Let's fight Vanessa. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
My fight isn't with you, but if
That's a very important thing to know as we look to spend our upgrades and stuff. Big. Oh man, we got a 918 crit and it left him with like 7 health. Nice. Nice. I'll tell you something nice. Here's my story for the day for you. Let's just take the health on this round. I bought a new pair of shoes. I finally did it. Like, I thought that when you left the hospital with a baby, like, they just gave you a pair of gray New Balances, but they don't. And my old New Balances, like, they were pretty worn out, but they were also, like, they had some hints of green on it. They weren't the pure dad mode wearing jean shorts with my New Balances, like gray. And so I went out and purchased them. They came in today. They fit like a charm. They did exactly what I wanted them to do. But like one of the things I get in my head is like you'll find this as you get older. You old fucks will already know. But like you'll wake up one day and like look down at your wardrobe and be like, I haven't purchased a new shirt except for like that wedding I went to, 2 shirts for work, and then like I had to get something else because I got fat and my clothes don't fit anymore. Like that's the only reason you ever purchase clothing. And then it's like you look at the rest of your wardrobe and you're like, I got this when I was in college. And then there was like, oh cool, I got a bonus shirt for a 5K. I got a bonus shirt for going to a fundraising event, but like no legitimate new clothing probably since I was in college. And that's like, as I look down, it's like, oh cool, I got this party poker hoodie literally when I was in college. I've had this thing for 20 years now. And so it's just like, as I got that upgrade to the wardrobe, it makes you look in and think like, now I've really sunk into one of those things there that I've gotten fat, so I got to get new clothes. Like that's been my main reason for purchasing new clothes over the course of the past years. But you'll get there. You're probably looking down and saying like, fuck, this is a shirt for a 5K I ran in 2012. That's interesting how that plays out, huh? It's like I don't have any sense of style anyways. It's like I just want something plain. I don't want something that's going to draw attention to myself. I don't want strangers talking to me about anything. And so that's all I go for now. And so it's just got to be plain. But let's see, what do we got here? Just get an item, I guess. Like we definitely don't want any more large items, and our combat core is already maxed, so we're just going to be getting either chocolate bars or what comes out of the item. And I'm kind of interested in replacing some of this stuff, but maybe we just take the guaranteed chocolate bars. Oh, probably shouldn't have sold Uzi. Like what I'm kind of leaning towards here is maybe we find the raise. Like again, that could be a thing. We can replace some of these small items with the raise. I'd be okay with that, but otherwise, I don't think we're really going to fit anything in there. All right, so scary stuff here, right? Pharaoh's Khan has a gun, so we might want to battle it. Death Knight Reaper looks scary. Pretty certain I fought this thing before. Got a bunch of lifesteal, right? Yeah, he's got this big lifesteal thing that does 1/3 of your opponent's health. Is that what it is? Deal damage. Yeah, the scythe here at the right. Deal damage equal to 1/3 of the opponent's max health with lifesteal. It's kind of intimidating. It's like I don't know if we can deal enough damage to the opponent before they just heal back 1,000 health with this thing. It's got the haste cloak to the left of it as well. What's this big thing to the right? The Great Runic Axe. I don't want a large item either. Okay. No fun, guys. We're going no fun mode this battle. We'll just fight the Pharaoh's Khan here. We could take a sniper rifle hit. I think we'll kill him before it pops, though. No. Oh, well, it popped. It wasn't enough. I saw our health going down. And I was like, "Fuck, we lost this one," but it wasn't quite enough. All right, there's that haste cloak. Right? It's this thing, the shadowed cloak. When you use this item, when you use the item to the right of this, give it haste. And 7 damage for the fight. When you use the item to the right of this, give it haste. I'm just thinking to myself if we want to like bring it in and then just put it over here next to the combat core. We should have done this fucking forever ago, right? How have we even won any of these rounds? We should definitely have this cog hasting the combat core. That's fucking insane. But I think we can live without that. We have the way to give it haste now. So we'll end up selling it at some point. Take the skill, upgrade our main weapon. Small shields suck. Shield items get crit is fine. Like, 12 gold for 3% crit isn't that amazing. When you use a large item, adjacent shield items gain 30. Guess that's not horrible. And then when you use the core, your shield items gain 10. Okay, well, we're going to use the core a lot. That should be fairly useful. Now, upgrade your leftmost item. What upgrade happens to the remote control? Does the... there's 3 options, right? I don't know what the answer is here. The answer number 1 is the cooldown goes down, which I don't think it's going to do. The answer number 2 is it's going to activate multiple times. And then number 3 is do nothing. And I'm really worried that this is going to be do nothing, but the upside of those other 2 upgrades is so high that I think that we're going to go for it. Okay, cooldown went down 2 seconds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So now we got small items, travel anywhere, or get a haste item. If we get a haste item, like I'm really only interested in replacing the Sunderer now. So let's just go for the small items. We got a lot of potential upgrades out here. Omega Ray, I think this ship is sailed. Like I'm actually kind of happy with how our items look. The small friend isn't that spectacular, but I think that those are okay to go. Do we ever want the GPU? Like if we want to say replace the soldering gun just to get the haste onto the core, I don't hate that. But yeah, I think I'm going to skip on the Omega Ray.
Excellent choice.
Now what else do we got? Batteries. I mean, we could just cut the knife, cut the soldering gun, go batteries, and I don't hate that.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Right? So the idea being, sell this cloak, we're not going to use it. Sell the Omega Ray, we're not doing that anymore. We take the soldering gun out, put the battery onto the core, and then put the GPU in as well to put haste onto the core. And now we're just like hard stacking the two abilities. So we just like auto lose to freeze, struggle against slow. But I think this is okay. I think this is strong. And so now we're just looking to really like max out on core upgrades to get the combat core going. Like I think this is fine. This is a good place. We could still potentially get rid of the Sunderer, but I think I'm happy with where this is progressing to. Again, I guess the place that's downside here that I didn't really consider is we don't have a lot of crit opportunities, right? You can't crit these tools, and so we don't have as many opportunities to just do the these rounds are dumb. If you have double yo-yo, they just activate off of each other. It needs to say when you activate a non-yo-yo item. It makes sense that you shouldn't be able to get two of the same item, but yo-yo's just like once you activate one, the other activates and just OTKs you. But yeah, like we don't, as we do come and put like all of these tools in, they don't crit. I guess we don't have a huge crit static at this point, so we'll try and watch what we're doing there.
Reward the peaceful.
All right, non-weapon items. Don't want any of these dum-dums. We should be able to cruise through this a little faster. Nothing really on theme here either. Definitely don't want large items. We'll take the shield before we go into the next fight. The frost guy. That sucks. And so yeah, I'm not certain what the answer is here. Like, I guess the soldering gun doesn't crit, but it does activate 3 times for the combat core. And then the Chris Army knife. The crits aren't like once we've gotten to the point to where we're like, okay, well, I'm gonna play with Cog and I'm gonna play with the thing that activates my core. Like we've gotten fairly far away from the idea that we're going to that we're just gonna have like 5 items activating to get the cooldown on the core like churning lower. I think this is okay. Might just want to look to get rid of the Sunderer. Let's pick up some skills though. Ooh, I see a diamond one in here. We'll make our way over. When you shield, your weapons gain 20 damage. That's not useless. When you use your slowest weapon, freeze a smaller item. So that doesn't work. We would have to take the Sunderer out. Oh, no, hang on. Our slowest weapon is the core. So that would just freeze a small item? Half health slow everything is pretty major. And then when you crit with an item, it gains 5% crit. That is incredibly good with the critical core. That makes me... Let me see here real quick. Does this... the soldering gun does have crit. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to go back to this mode. And then look to just stack these crits. It is very powerful to fall below half health and then just get the massive slow on your opponent, but this just seems so on point with what we're trying to do. And then these all suck. I guess we'll just take the tool. When you use the core, give it 40 damage. We're too far away from the charging station.
As long as you draw breath.
I can definitely see the synergies with the critical core, but I don't think that's where we want to be. No medium items, so we'll just buy experience. Okay, we're getting there. We're cruising. I think I'm happy with how this panned out. Let's see what this other Dooley's gonna bring at us. Got that big ass dinosaur. We partied with the dinosaurs earlier. Jesus, you got freeze on our main weapon and then blew up our core? That's fucking insane. Well done, guy. Well done, I guess. Jesus shit. He landed the freeze on our main core twice. That just, I don't know. I guess you got to just say it is what it is. Like, I think we would have easily won that round if he landed his freeze on, say, like, soldering gun. All right, though. Enchant an item with burn effects. We can put that on the main core. So hopefully we'll power through some of these rounds now. That's just brutal. Items. We want the crit skills. Give me something juicy here. When you crit, your weapons gain 10 damage. That's fairly decent. When you use a large item, give your items 8 is fine. Non-weapons we don't want, and leftmost at 15%. I think I just want to up the percentage. All right. Take the temporary boost. Get that max health, please. We already looked up Lord Arkan, right? Is he one of these like big void users or something? Where you at? Where you at, Lord Arkan? He's got Gatling guns. Where is that? Down here. Reduce this item's cooldown by 20% when it activates. Those do seem pretty decent. I don't think the other two are on theme. Let's just battle him. He's got a bunch of crit skills as well. We'll level up before the next player round anyways. It's gonna be easy mode, right? Seems like we're chunking him. Got it. Oh, spoke too soon. It seemed like his health was all the way gone. It's like the game just started lagging and stuff, and so that's what I always blame it on if we're gonna lose. It was the lag. The Eclipse. Use your other items, and then when you use an item, deal 50. Do we ever find a way to make that work? Right, it would just be like, have to be a pure... It does a very similar thing to what the combat core is doing, right? Right, you're getting the damage off of that when you use an item, deal damage. We'll keep it in mind. I don't think I'm ready to move it over just yet. Get a tool. No, we'll just take experience here. It's a fairly shitty round, but we can potentially level up before the next opponent. I'm not passing on small items, though. We have too many on board.
You've just taken the first step toward
Alright, so crypto's an easy take. Don't want barbed wire. Let's roll. We got a bunch of money here. Didn't hit anything else we want. Okay. And then take the skills. Then we'll level up before we hit the opponent.
experience is treasure.
So what do we got? Medium shields do nothing. The first time you burn, freeze, that's not terrible. When you crit, your burn items gain 3 burn. That seems pretty decent. We do have 2 burn items with the soldering gun and the critical core. And then the 3% crit onto the thing is not nearly as good. So yeah, let's see what we can do with that. Your core gains 3 damage for each weapon you have is fine. We did just we did just come out and like clean out the inventory, so we missed out on a little bit of damage there, but hopefully it's okay. See if the Dankus Dad. Let's ask Dankus Dad here when he last purchased a new T-shirt. How fashionable it was. All right, Alright, so he hit on a freeze. I didn't read the big freeze club out here. I already know it's going to piss me off. Oh, it didn't... What did it do? Did it even freeze anything? It's about to blast us again. We got a big mega crit rolling through. Sorry, Dankus Dad. Butt stuff 420s here. You can bring the dank. I'll bring the butt stuff 420. Call it a good day. We'll be some good friends out here. What do we got? More skills?
At least a grain of wisdom, since you have come to me.
So what do we got? Shield thing sucks. When you burn freeze is not bad. When you buy a weapon, way too late for that. And then nothing with friends. So yeah, let's take the freeze thing. The first time you burn. We didn't actually purchase that on the last round, right? Double check real quick. You burn, do something. When you slow, freeze. Yeah, let's take the burn thing.
My skills.
Still got plenty of money. We'll take the small items here. Maybe we'll get an upgrade. Nope. One more check. Nope. Alright.
If you want something
Too bad there.
ugly, go see
The Void Colossus. Like, I know this guy comes in and definitely destroys items. I don't think we can kill him before he really starts coming out and just destroying our stuff. We don't have enough burn to really take advantage of this anyways, I don't think. Alright, we'll fight Trash Titan here. Probably should have fought the other guy. None of this stuff looks useful. Get worked, bro. Okay. Big ass sword. More skills. We can still afford them. We're with these diamond skills costing $24 are definitely a big burden on the income. But the first time you use a large shield kind of sucks. Crit, whatever. When you shield, your weapons gain damage. Not terrible. He's already gaining 50 with whatever he does. And your small shields gain a little bit. It's a... This is like that moment in the game as to where, you know, do we need to get good now? And there's like, I guess, a pretty big incentive to win this next round. Since that's going to get us to the second treasure chest. So let's aim for that. I'm going to take the pure get good right now kind of thing. So to where we get the very expensive skill that doesn't give us a ton of upgrade, and then we also get the shields, right? Because one win away from that treasure chest, but then, you know, we need another 3 wins to get to the one after that. Shit, we just got fucking murdered. Oh, it paused for a moment. That the Langzian coming back at us at the end to take the victory away from us, to snatch victory from old Bust. God, I hate that you can't see the stuff at the end of the game. But at the end of the day, not bad. You know, that was a fairly tough run. I feel like we had a kind of okay idea with how we wanted this to go, right? We're going to use the critical core, and then we're also going to use the combat core out here at the end, and then just fill out the middle with a bunch of fast activating items. Those fast activations are going to make the critical core activate faster, and then they're going to scale up the damage on the combat core. And we kind of got that done out here, right? We've got the fast speed items with like the cog and the sunder or whatever. But I think where this kind of went amiss is, should we have gone for like the shield build? I think that's the big thing that we probably missed out on this game. We passed on like 5 armadillos. We passed on just a lot of these items that have both attack and shield on them, and they're, you know, pretty decent in the space of using the critical core, in the sense that, you know, if you attack with a weapon, you have 1 stat point that can crit, but all of these items that have dual stats, right? If you have both weapon and shield, then you can crit on 2 stats. And so if you're, you know, critting your 100 damage weapon for 200 damage, then that's a total of 200. But if you have 100 shield, 100 damage weapon and crit, then that's 400 stats. You know, they'll hit you with the fucking bust math, put it right in your nugget. And so I think that may have been the thing that we passed on poorly. is that we had a lot of opportunity to go for that, but I don't know if that's just like hindsight paying us a visit, or if that was the actual good way to go. The real negative to going for this like big weapon or small weapon Dooley thing is Dooley does not have a lot of good small weapons, and so it's very challenging to make this work with the tools. Right, that was kind of the as we took that one round to be like, all right, well, let's put battery and GPU in here to help activate the critical core faster. They don't crit, and so they don't get that opportunity to hit the charges. And so they do work with the combat core. They do not work with the fiery critical core. And so I don't entirely know what the answer is there. It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, to where they don't have crit attached on the items that really need it. Like if you want to go for this build, the tools just don't really work. And so that was kind of awkward there. But definitely a lot of good knowledge out of this one, a lot of places to learn, a lot of good experience here. Would have been really cool if the remote control activated both of the cores. That was a interesting thing to note, interesting thing to learn, that some of these items outside of your starting items do start with the core tag. And so it would have been kind of interesting. I'm curious how this works. When it says use the core, I was pretty sure it was the critical core, but both of them light up, so it was kind of interesting there. But nonetheless, good stuff. I had fun with that. I hope you did too, because that is going to do it for us today. So if everyone enjoyed the video, hope you maybe learned a thing or two along the way, and you had a good time watching. This is Bustin' Me. Thank you for being here.